Quran was revealed over 1400 years ago during a period known as the Age of Literature and Poetry. Now, in the age of science and technology, it continues to captivate with its verses. Out of more than 6,000 verses, over 1,000 of them touch on various scientific concepts. While science continues to advance rapidly, the Quran has stood the test of time, remaining an unparalleled literary masterpiece and offering insights that align with modern discoveries. Let's explore some of the Quran's fascinating references to science and nature. 1. Astronomy, the origin and expansion of the universe. The Big Bang Theory proposes that the universe originated from a single point and expanded into the galaxies we see today. Long before this scientific theory, the Quran stated, "Have those who disbelieved not considered that the heavens and the earth were joined together as one entity, then we separated them?" The Quran also mentions the expansion of the universe, the movement of celestial bodies in orbit, and the alternation of night and day, concepts that mirror modern astronomical discoveries. 2. The solar system in motion. Science tells us that the solar system is not stationary. It is moving towards a fixed point known as the solar apex. The Quran captures this motion, stating that the sun moves toward a specific destination. It also alludes to the eventual death of the sun as its fuel depletes, concepts described in a single Quranic verse. 3. Earth's atmosphere, a protective shield. Without the atmosphere, life on Earth would be impossible. It shields us from meteor showers and filters out harmful radiation, which would otherwise cause severe genetic damage. The Quran refers to the sky as a protected ceiling, a description that aligns closely with modern understanding of the atmosphere's role. 4. Oceanology, the barrier between two seas. In oceanography, scientists have found that where two seas meet, one remains fresh while the other is salty, separated by a unique barrier. The Quran mentions two seas that meet, one fresh and sweet, and one salty and bitter, and between them is a barrier. Marine scientists, like William Hay, have confirmed that such differences in temperature, density, and salinity create a distinct barrier that prevents the two bodies of water from mixing. 5. The depths of the ocean. The Quran speaks of the darkness in the depths of vast oceans, where a man would barely see his own hand. Science now confirms that sunlight is rapidly absorbed after a depth of around 200 meters, creating a profound darkness in the deep ocean. Without modern equipment, humans would have been unaware of this phenomenon 1400 years ago. 6. Geology, mountains as pegs. Geophysicists like Frank Press have highlighted how mountains play a role in stabilizing the Earth's crust, similar to the pegs that anchor a tent. Modern technology has shown that mountains extend deep beneath the surface, and the Quran likens mountains to pegs, a metaphor remarkably close to current geological understanding. 7. Biology, the formation of the human embryo. In just a few verses, the Quran describes the formation of the human embryo in a sequence that science has confirmed is accurate, using the term alaka, which can mean a clinging substance, a blood clot, or a leech. The Quran's description matches the early stages of the embryo's development. In structure, the embryo indeed resembles a leech, a detail only visible with advanced scientific tools. 8. Gender determination and chromosomes. Science shows that gender is determined by chromosomes, XX for females and XY for males. It's the sperm that carries the genetic information for either X or Y, while the female egg carries only X. The Quran refers to the creation of pairs in a way that aligns with this scientific understanding of gender determination. 9. The role of water in life. The Quran states that every living thing is made from water. Modern biology confirms that cells, which make up all living organisms, are composed mostly of cytoplasm, 70% of which is water. Additionally, the Quran speaks of creation in pairs, a concept increasingly evident as we discover more about the interconnectedness of life in nature. 10. The remarkable communities of animals. The Quran refers to communities of animals, stating that every living creature has its own society. For instance, the Quran recounts a story of ants warning each other of approaching danger. For centuries, people mocked this, calling it a fairy tale. Today, we know that ants communicate, bury their dead, and have complex societal structures. They even have distinct roles, much like humans, in communities organized by workers, managers, and supervisors. 11. Worker bees and honey production. The Quran mentions that worker bees, who gather pollen and produce honey, are female, a fact confirmed by science. The verses also specify that honey comes from the belly of the bee, using the plural form, hinting that bees have more than one stomach. Modern science shows bees indeed have two stomachs and that honey has significant healing properties, exactly as the Quran states. Signs, not science. The Quran is not a science textbook. Rather, it's a book of signs meant to inspire contemplation and understanding. With zero contradictions, these verses continue to resonate with scientific observations even after 1,400 years. Recited by a man who could neither read nor write over 23 years and in a non-linear order, the Quran presents astonishingly accurate statements that align with scientific discoveries made centuries later.